Look, I'm just gonna say it. Luka Dončić is better than LeBron James was at the age of 25. I don't care what anyone says, it's just the truth. And if you disagree, I think I can change your mind after you watch this video. Guaranteed. If a witch came to you one night and granted you one basketball-related wish, I promise that everyone, myself included, would wish I was supremely athletic with the highest vertical, best speed, and brute strength to go along with it. And the reason for that is pretty simple. The most athletically gifted players dominate sports. Look at the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan. The man could literally fly and walk on air and had the explosiveness of a supernatural creature. When you watch him play, he was able to dominate on both ends largely due to his athleticism. The same thing can be said about LeBron James, who some consider the greatest basketball player, well, ever. When watching him play, especially around 2013, he was in a league of his own when it came to out-muscling and out-jumping everyone. I mean, he was even outrunning point guards in transition while being 6'9" and weighing like 260 pounds. But one current player in today's game is dominating the game just like MJ and LeBron did, except he doesn't have nearly the athletic gifts that those two had. Yet he's still already an all-time great in many's eyes. Luka Dončić is averaging 34 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists per game while shooting 50% from the field and 38% from three. It's insane. He is now the new triple-double king. In the month of March, he's currently ranked 3rd in total triple-doubles with over 18, only trailing the towering big men in Nikola Jokic and Domantas Sabonis. I think we honestly downplay how hard it is to get triple-doubles, and we can thank Russell Westbrook for that. Westbrook's journey to becoming the face of the triple-double revolution began in the streets of Los Angeles, where he honed his skills on the courts, dreaming of one day making it to the NBA, every child's dream. Standing at a compact 6'3" with a wiry frame and an insatiable hunger to compete, Westbrook possessed a unique blend of speed, power, and raw athleticism, and has set him apart from everyone, even at the college level at UCLA. Drafted 4th overall by the Seattle Supersonics in the 2008 NBA draft, Westbrook burst onto the scene with a ferocity and intensity that few had ever seen. Paired alongside Kevin Durant, he formed one half of the dynamic duo that would eventually lead the Oklahoma City Thunder to becoming one of the best teams in basketball. But it wasn't until Durant's departure in 2016 that Westbrook truly ascended his career and cemented his legacy. Faced with the daunting task of carrying the Thunder on his broad shoulders basically by himself at times, Westbrook embraced the challenge. In the 2016-17 NBA season, Westbrook went on an historic journey that would forever alter the perception of the triple-double. Game after game, Westbrook dazzled audiences with his electrifying performances, seemingly willing his way to triple-doubles with an almost supernatural determination. His relentless drives to the basket, acrobatic finishes, and thunderous dunks, no pun intended, became who he was. His ability to crash the boards among the trees was just not that common, especially from a superstar. But again, like we talked about with MJ and LeBron, they dominated largely due to their supreme athletic gifts. The same could be said about Russell Westbrook, who is without a doubt one of, if not the most athletic point guard the game has ever seen. Luka is doing the exact same thing as Russ, but at a significantly less tenacity and speed. Getting triple-doubles is one thing, but getting them while averaging 30 points is insane. One skill of his that sticks out like a sore thumb that makes it easy for him to score is his ability to play at his own pace. And this is a skill that all of the best ball handlers and point guards have. LeBron James, Chris Paul, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and the list goes on. This is a skill that not too many people have, mainly due to everyone solely focusing on using their athletics and blazing speed to blow by guys. But something I've noticed from LeBron is that since around 2018 up until now, his ability to play with pace has improved by a crazy amount. And it makes sense. The older you get, the less you can rely on athleticism. That's just how it goes. Back in his Miami days, he could obviously run point guard, but he more so thrived as a secondary ball handler and facilitator who excelled at making kick-out passes off of drives and alley-oops. But now, in the present day, he's literally just a 6'9" point guard who's actually at his best from an impact standpoint when he's running the point every possession. possession. But the difference between James and Luka is that Luka has the pace that LeBron has now at the age of 25. As a defender, it's nearly impossible to guard Luka because you can't control him. You can put the most energetic defender in the NBA on Luka and he still won't force Luka to speed up. Playing at a slow and controlled pace allows you to read the defense a lot better. And given the fact that Luka is one of the smartest players in the NBA, the last thing you would want to do as a defense is give him time to think and pick you apart. But here's the thing, he's gonna do that anyways, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. His scoring versatility combined with that makes it 10 times harder to stop him. He's comfortable scoring on any level or spot on the floor. In the post, he's lethal. Behind the three, he's lethal. In the deep mid-range, he's lethal. At this point, he's lethal the moment he crosses half court. He's a tough shot maker, and anyone who has played basketball knows that when you're guarding an elite shot maker, the only thing you can do is hope he misses. Crowding him and contesting his shot with a hand in his face makes little to no difference at all. And one thing about tough shot makers is that they actually shoot better with a hand in their face. Sounds crazy, right? But that's definitely a thing. I'm sure some of you watching are the same way. For whatever reason, a select few hoopers are more comfortable shooting contested shots than open ones. It gives you too much time to think. Let me know in the comments if you can relate to that. But okay, scoring is only one part of the triple-double. Next is rebounding. And this one is a little iffy to some, because everyone knows that point guards, especially superstar point guards, are given the rebound by their centers on a lot of possessions, which was one of the problems people had with Russ's triple-doubles back then. A lot of his rebounds came uncontested, or he would snatch it away from his own teammate. But still, Luka is an elite rebounder. I've seen it. I've seen him masterfully predict where the ball will bounce and chase it down before anyone else could get a hand on it. I've also seen him tip the rebound to himself with one hand to the other like Nikola Jokic does. My point is, he's a good rebounder. End of story. And then, of course, the final part of the triple-double is assisting the basketball. Something he does better than almost anyone in the world today. Like we mentioned when talking about how he uses his pace to score, it serves him even better as a passer when it comes to hitting his teammates on time and on target. The rise of Derek Lively and the addition of Daniel Gafford is a match made in heaven for Luka. And I'm surprised it took this damn long for the Mavericks to get Luka true lob threats. Luka has the pace, the vision, and point guard skills of both current and prime James Harden. And remember how he benefited from having someone like Clint Capella in Houston, who is an excellent runner in transition and great pick and roll roller and lob catcher? Together, Harden and Capella formed an amazing partnership that relied heavily on chemistry and individual abilities. On any given possession, Harden could initiate the pick and roll, strategically moving around Capella's screen. As defenders scrambled to contain Harden's multifaceted offensive arsenal, Capella would slip to the basket like a ghost, catching Harden's perfectly timed pass and elevating from a dunk, from either a down-low bounce pass or a catch above the rim. The beauty of the Harden-Capella pick and roll lies in its simplicity and unpredictability. With Harden's scoring ability demanding the full attention of opposing defenses, Capella often found himself with a clear path to the rim, where he would capitalize on Harden's impeccable timing and precision passing to convert easy buckets in the paint. But Harden and Capella's pick and roll ability went further beyond just scoring. Their partnership unlocked a plethora of offensive possibilities, as Harden's ability to collapse the defense with his drives and kickouts opened up opportunities for Capella to feast on offensive rebounds and putbacks. As the Harden-Capella pick and roll became a staple of the Rockets' offensive attack, opposing teams were left scrambling for answers. Double team Harden to prevent him from getting to the rim, Capella would roll freely to the basket for easy finishes. Collapse the defense to take away Capella's rim runs. Harden would punish defenders with his lethal step-back three-pointers. Kinda sounds a little familiar to Luka, now doesn't it? Having vision like Luka and coming with elite lob catchers is a cheat code, especially against teams who are dumb enough to play small ball against this squad. However, there is a flaw to Luka's game, and that's on the defensive end. And it's brought to the forefront even more when his backcourt partner is Kyrie Irving. Irving isn't necessarily a liability but he's definitely not going to be tasked with guarding the opposing team's best player at any point in the game. If the Mavericks and Luka want to get to the finals, Luka has to become more committed on this end, especially in the playoffs. Last year in the regular season, everyone clowned Jokic for his poor defense. So, what did he do? He became a borderline elite defensive player in the playoffs and won a ring because of it. And no one's asking Luka to go try to stop Kevin Durant. But what he does need to do is use that high IQ he shows on offense on the defensive side as well. Also, putting in more effort would help too. Players like Luka should honestly study players like Steph Curry. Steph isn't a great on-ball defender, but he's still a pretty impactful defensive player due to his effort and his high IQ, which shows on rotations to help side defense. If Luka could become an above-average off-ball defender, it would be a game changer. But what do you think? Will this be the year that Luka Magic brings home to the city of Dallas their first championship since the Dirk Nowitzki era? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.